Hey guys, this is Killrob speaking, and today we are going to tackle 3 topics, and this will be the last dev update before the next big update. So, the topics are: the new track calculations from Martin are now in the game and are still being fine-tuned a bit. Then topic number 2, we have some sounds back in the game, and we are going to add more as well. And then some info about the open beta. Alright, let's get into it. We now have all new track calculations in the game, and those of you who have been active on our forums may have seen or even participated in the Bavarian racing challenges. And it is exactly that code which we have in the game right now, minus the variations Martin built in as a bit of randomness, and minus the several cars racing against each other and doing pit stops and stuff. All the pit stops are in the future. Anyway, this is pretty exciting because it means that we finally were able to rebalance the tire model. Previously it was such that if we dropped the grip, the lateral grip, so in cornering, too much to realistic levels, then the track times were far too slow. Now that is not really a problem anymore, because the driving line and the acceleration into out of corners and braking into corners has been so much better now, has been fixed. So that means that, like, take a look at this car for instance. Has a very reasonable setup, I would say. Sports compound tires, +5 quality in 1981, and that usually, I think, would give you something around 1.2 Gs of lateral acceleration in the old version, or the version you're currently playing. But now, this is not the case anymore, 1.03 Gs, which is far more realistic to pull in a corner with this kind of setup in 1980. This is still a sports car, obviously, but not completely overpowered anymore. But nevertheless, the track times run by this car are just about the same you would get in the last version. Well, not exactly the same, but very comparable. So this car, for instance, runs a 129.74 on this track. Anyway, what we wanted to talk a bit more about the new track calculations. So far, you've probably not noticed anything different. Maybe you have in the shifting, but let's take a look at a different car for this. The Trackinator is just a stupid car which I built to test the new calculations and see if they break if you build really stupid shit. And this, I think, would classify as the finest quality of stupid shit, as it is a really fast car around every track. And you can probably see this from these numbers. Well, you probably have built cars like this yourself. And standing kilometer in a time which usually is a nice quarter-mile time, and done so at 390 kilometers an hour. So I built this car to check if both the grip calculations and stuff and braking and everything is in order with the new track calculations. Yes, as you can see, this car is very stupid. Also, these minus like 3 Gs going completely off screen here for the accelerometer. It's kind of funny. Anyways, as you can see, the car is now accelerating out of corners and braking into corners, and that gives it a lot of much better performance around the track. And as you can see, this is a 2:04 on the automation test track, which is really fast. And this is with only 1.3 Gs in at the small corner, which is reasonably low compared to the version you are playing right now. And also, as you obviously heard, we have the turbo sounds back in. So what will change in these track calculations to further fine-tune them is the behavior during shifts. Right now it just cuts back to the RPM it should be at, right without any transition, and Martin is going to work out a way to nicely have a transition in between so that it sounds more realistic. That will come during the open beta, as well as some other sound, new sound bites, and let's talk about that now. So we're back here in the engine, and like I said, there are some sounds which have been missing for a longer time, and that is, for instance, the blow-off sound, which is now back. Also, what you are going to get back, which isn't in right now in this version, but will be appearing in the open beta, and that is, of course, the backfiring for very rich mixtures, and of course the burbling of the exhaust when pulling back the throttle, like small backfire. Also, these things will be added to the test track, which should make it a bit more fancy sounding, or more aggressive sounding when you're building a race car. Anyway, that's it for that, so now let's get into talk about the open beta. The open beta will start later today, and you can opt in on Steam into it, and that is marked as the open beta, not the closed beta, for which you would have to have a special password. And you can opt into that. It will automatically update once we have set it live, and there is currently only the public version on the open beta place. And yeah, we will run for about a week, and I hope you will help us find all the remaining bugs which need to be fixed, and yeah, report them in our forums or the Steam forums with the inside the appropriate threads for that. So lots of things are coming. I've already compiled a big changelog for that, and yeah, keep you updated, and it will be posted later today. Hope you will enjoy that, and see you guys next time.